In this video, we are going to learn how to configure a Samba server on Linux systems, which will allow us to exchange files between Windows and Linux systems. Before we do the configuration on the Linux operating system, we need to copy down certain settings of the Windows operating system. So go to my computer, right click on the icon network, go to properties, go to change adapter settings, right click on the local area connection, Ethernet card, properties, go to IPv4 properties and copy down the IP address. Go to VMnet1 adapter, properties, IPv4 properties, and set the IP address to 192.168.1.1. Close this. Right click on computer icon, properties, note down the work group mentioned here. Now remember, Linux is case sensitive, so you should specify the work group with every character as it is. Let's go back to our Linux system. Then go to Systems, Preferences, Network Connections. Click on System ETH0. Click on Edit. IPv4 settings. Change Automatic DHCP to Manual. Click on Add. Enter the IP address as 192.168.1.3. Apply. Close. Right click, left click on the network icon, click on disconnect. Again left click, click on system ETH0 so that the network settings are affected. Open a new terminal. Now we are going to install a Samba package so as to have a Samba server. So let's go to cd/media/r capital tab key, P capital tab key, type in the command rpm-ivh samba asterisk so as to install the Samba package. Next we'll go to the home directory, create a directory IT which will have our files in the Linux systems and which we would like to share in the Windows operating system. Go to cd it, create a file, Linux file, press enter. This is a Linux server file. Control C. Set the permissions to 777 so as to give full access to every user on this current directory. Next, we are going to modify the Samba configuration file /smb.conf. Let's number the lines with the command shift:/su space nu. Go to line number 74, uncomment the line, shift insert, shift I to go to the insert mode, change the work group to the work group which we have copied, which was work group entirely in capital case. Go to next line, uncomment the line, go to line number 79, uncomment the line. The interface should be equal to LO space ETH0 with IP addresses as 192.168.1.1, which is the IP address of VMnet1 Ethernet adapter. Next, IP address should be 192.168.1.3, which is the IP address of your Linux Ethernet adapter. Go to next line, remove the semicolon to uncomment the line, host allowed should be 127.192.168.1, which is the network part of the IP addresses of PMNet adapters and Linux system adapters. The next IP address is the network part of Windows Ethernet adapter, which is 192.168.10 in this case. Press escape shift colon dollar to go to the last line. Here go to line number 282 and type 9YY. 9 lines are copied. Go to the end of the file, shift I, press enter, and again press the escape key to go to the non-editable mode. Press small case P and 9 lines should be copied into your file. Press shift I, remove all the semicolons so that we can uncomment all the lines. Change this to IT. It can be any name. Comment can be anything. We'll write IT stuff. Change this path to the directory which contains the file which we want to share with the Windows operating system. In this case it is /home/IT. Change the right list to admin space administrator. Press escape shift colon W cube to write and quit the file. Next we are going to start the Samba server with the command smb start. We are going to then test params of this particular server. You see IT is added. Press enter again, so we see all the sections defined in the Samba configuration file. We have our own IT section. Let's clear this thing. Next we are going to set certain variables of the Samba server. Set sc bool Samba underscore enable underscore home underscore dirs equal to 1. Similarly, Samba underscore next we are going to stop the firewall service so as to allow access. Temporary provide reading permissions with this directive. User add user Linux assembly pass wd to add a Samba password to this user -a user Linux password user is created. Now let's restart the Samba service smb restart. Next we are going to type in this command smb client / IP address of the Linux system /home /IT -u and press enter. It will ask for a password. Enter the user's password. This is what you should get. Again, do a service start, network service start, NMB. Now we are going to ping. We are going to connect to our system. Click on OK. Prompt for username, password. Here enter users Linux. Password as whatever is your password. Click on OK. System connects. You have two folders. One is about the user whom I've created, and IT. Just click on this. You have the Linux file. Click on open. You can see the Linux file. This is a Linux server file, so we are able to access the Linux file in the Windows system. Now we are going to create a new file, which will be a Windows file. So Windows file. This is a Windows OS file. Save the file, and let's get back to your Red Hat. Do a ls. You can see the Windows file. Cat Windows file. Press enter, and you have found your file. So this is your Samba practical.